Welcome to the Dachop team. I'm your host, Seth the Dark Child.
I'm your host, twinsinc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. What's going on, people? We back again on this wonderful, beautiful Sunday. Happy Black History Month. Seth, the Dark Child, and your boy twinsinc. You know we here, back at it. So, I saw this video yesterday on YouTube, and I feel that, you know what, we should chop it up and have our own personal opinion about it. Mm-hmm. And the top is, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see, and the title is, Do men want a woman who thinks like a man? Does a man want a woman who thinks like a man? It's kind of like this whole Steve Harvey spinoff thing. And when I saw that, I was like, first thing that came to my head was, no.
Yeah. Well, I just want to add this in. If you are in a hurry, you got something else to do, thanks for joining. The answer is no. But if you really want to get into it, stay tuned.
I like that one. I like that. Stay tuned. Continue more as we pay for the sponsors. So for me, first thing in my head was no. Right off the top, no. I do not want a woman to think like a man. And secondly,
hard no.
And secondly, at the end of the day, there's going to be one king. At the end of the day,
it's one king in the kingdom.
There's always one. The lion is the king. It's not the chimps, not the lions. I mean, not lions, but the tigers. Same thing. It's not the elephants, the giraffes, the monkeys. No, the lion is the king in the jungle. There's only going to be one king.
Yep.
So that's my thought. I want to hand it up to you first to jump in, and we'll just chop it up from there.
Well, I mean, once again, I concur. You know, no, having a woman that thinks like a man is, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Real nice talk on it. It's fun if I can get her to think like a man in the areas I want her to think like a man in. Because
okay.
You know, but on the whole, no, because a woman thinking like a man is going to make mistakes that a man wouldn't make, because personally, you don't have all the right background information to make those decisions thinking like a man.
Right. And even thinking about this, most men, I'm not gonna say all men, but most men, I don't sit here and try to think like a woman. Let's be clear. I don't do that. It's not my goal, not my responsibility to think like a woman. I can't. You know why? Because I'm a man. I can only think about man things and what man things do. Mm-hmm. I just can't. I just try to think about it for a second right now. They ain't gonna work out for me.
Well, you know what? And I want to, I'm gonna talk for a minute or two because I gotta. But anyway, here's the thing: when a man thinks like a woman and a woman thinks like a man, right?
Okay.
When a woman thinks like a man, they tend to exaggerate. No, when you think outside of yourself, you tend to exaggerate whatever you're quote unquote trying to think about and emulate.
Okay.
You know, because you have a lot of preconceived notions about what that particular person may or may not do because you're judging it through your perspective. I'm going somewhere with this, so hold on. Okay.
You fine.
So it's like this, right? I would say homosexual men. Right? This is a man thinking like a woman. Women love to see flamboyant homosexual men. They love to see that. Some drag queens and just acting crazy. Women should understand that I don't find it funny because gay dudes acting like that, that's their interpretation of how they perceive women.
Ooh,
that's their interpretation of it, right?
You know what? That makes sense because that's why when you see some dudes, they real flamboyant with it, they real extra with it.
I've never seen a woman as gay as a gay dude. It's like dude, it's too over the dang top. You are more feminine than Susie Homemaker. Why? It's because from their experiences, that's what they think they see women do, and they are trying to emulate it. They're acting. It's an act, and it's flamboyant. Same thing for gay women. I've seen some studs harder than dudes. I'm like, boo, you still got titties under that shirt. You know, but these chicks is harder than dudes. You know what I'm saying? But like, what dude? I done seen hardened killers not act this hard. Boo, go hug your damn kid and pet your cat. You know what I'm saying? I am not gonna say that I'm the thuggish brother in the street. I have and will do stuff that as a man I feel like I need to do. But yeah, you know, I like to walk in the park too. I'll be walking in the park with a stud. She'll be like, man, maybe I should burn this park down. Why? Why the hell should I burn it down? Because the flowers is blooming and it's annoying you. Quit acting. That's how I feel. When you trying to think like a man or a man think like a woman, it's always an exaggerated performance. It's horrible because you can't do it right.
But so what would be the benefit of that? Of thinking a woman thinking like a man? So too much. Go ahead. What your thoughts would be? What's the benefit of that?
Okay. Benefits. I think men are better long-term thinkers, right?
Yeah.
Men care more about their communities than women. I mean, the physical communities than women. Men take care of their responsibilities to external things that aren't directly attached to them.
Okay.
Better than women.
Okay, I can give you an example on that. So I'll give you a great example.
Okay.
So me and my wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can both walk outside from leaving the house to the cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or just from the house to the mailbox,
mm-hmm.
and the mailbox to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're both doing the same thing, but I'm doing more than what she's doing. And you're saying what? You just walking, you get the mail, and walking back. Yeah, that's true. But also, when I walk out my house, I do an observation every day. Mm-hmm. Meaning that when I walk outside, I look at the steps. I look at the wood, make sure nothing's cracked. I look under the stairs to make sure nothing's weak. Is the porch going to fall down? Do I have to replace that soon? I look on the side of the building and make sure there's no holes in the wall. Mm-hmm. I look on the ground to see if any ants mounds build up. Because I have kids. I don't want kids going outside playing, falling in it, or laying in grass, and all of a sudden they bit up by ants. Mm-hmm. I look at all that stuff. I look at the gate, make sure no one's tampering with it. I look at the side of the house, make sure the fire hose, the water hose is lined up. Mm-hmm. And when I was walking around, I do all those things. Oh, even on top of that, when I walk past the cars, I look at the cars, make sure the tires don't look too flat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I look at a lot of things. I'll check the surrounding neighborhood, make sure everything was good. This is a quick observation.
Which I consider to be basic man responsibility. You have to take care of what's yours, and all of that is your responsibility.
Right. And that's something that I do without any effort. Some people may think that's a lot. No, it's not. This is being a man. It's come with the package. This is a prime example of being a man. I don't want to walk outside and walk to the mail and come back. La la la. No, I look at everything, observe everything. So when something don't look right, I look at it, check out. Hold up, let's start over there. Oh, it's trash. Okay, cool.
And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna add more because I want to keep adding it. Once again, if you don't know why I do what I do, you can't possibly step into my shoes.
Facts.
So let's say you did that at 2:00 in the afternoon and the sun is shining. You still went to the mailbox and your wife walked out the door with you. Mm-hmm. Now, but at night when you walk out to the car, I am not just still checking the house. I'm also checking to see if any shadows in places it shouldn't be. When I'm trying to because now her safety is my responsibility also.
Facts.
It is not when I walk into a park with my son, I'm not just taking my son to the park to play at the park. Every child in my view is my physical responsibility. Not to say that I'm going to go touch him or nothing, but if I see a kid falling off of a slide,
I'm going to catch him.
I got to get over there and try to catch him.
I do that too. And that's funny. That's funny you said it because when I go to the park with the kids, I'm in the middle. I'm standing in the middle where the kids run around while the mothers on sitting aside on their phones, playing, talking to each other. But I'll be sitting there watching the kids, and kids almost fall. I'm like, oh, I got you.
Exactly. But that's part of your. But once again, and I'm not saying that women don't do this.
No, some
I'm
do.
trying to say that when you think you want to think like a man, you don't just get to think about the parts you enjoy. Oh, I like the fact that I can wear the clothes I want to wear, and I can man spread on a chair on a bus or public transportation. or I can sleep with whoever I want to. Yeah, look, if it was that simple, who would argue with you? I don't pretend to be the Superman or anything like that.
Facts.
But if I saw a woman being attacked or a kid being attacked or even another man being attacked, I automatically am going to protect that kid. I'm going to put myself in harm's way for somebody I don't even know.
Let me add this to it. You could be in the park with a bunch of kids, and you can see a dog runs over and jumps on a kid.
I have to go protect that kid.
I'm going to run over there and fight that dog for that kid can get free.
I'm going to put myself in harm's way for a random stranger because it's part of the job and responsibility of manhood.
Now, that's thinking like a man. Now, women, y'all see a bug or a fly, y'all be scared to kill it. So you think you think you're willing to jump in our shoes and take on these responsibilities? I mean, well, not saying some can't. I'm just saying, like, we think about that. Like, it cannot be our own kid. It could be another kid, not even my kid. Doesn't matter what color it is, black or white. If I see a dog jump on a kid and the kid screaming and crying for help, I'm going to run over there and fight that dog so that kid can live and see another day because I can do that. That's the physical side of being a man. But even when you said, even at nighttime, when I come home at night and it's dark, before I just got the car and walk into the house, I drive up and inside my house where it's dark at, I make sure I look over there because the car do flash its light over there to make sure nobody's standing there on both sides. And when I get out, I look at my mirrors just to make sure no one's sitting out to the corners when I get the car because those things I'm always constantly looking at. I don't get the car and thinking, oh, everything's fine. No, I want to get the car and get boop, knock on top of the head.
I just want to say something about the car too, right? Because I see these in horror movies and I wonder who in the heck does this.
Oh, Lord.
You ever seen somebody get in the car and then the bad guy sit up in the back seat? And it always hit me like, who the hell didn't check their back seat when they get into a car? But I'm assuming that's normal. But I'm assuming too, like a dude, I never ever assume that I'm safe. So I'm always making sure about my environment.
But you should be able to see, even if your window's tinted, but when you open your door and you get in
the
car,
light come on,
you can see a body laying in the back seat.
But I've seen my ex-wife and my girl totally miss that part. You know how you just get in the car, crank it up and go? Like, did you even look in the back seat? How did you miss that? Not saying that everybody does it. I'm saying because I have to think about safety for myself and the people around me all the time. And it's just part of being a man.
It makes sense and that makes sense because when I think about all the kids during summertime and get left in the car and they die because of the heat. It probably happens during wintertime, but they can kind of survive longer if you don't freeze stuff right away, right? You'd be cold, but
I mean, how you haven't ever heard that about this winter, huh?
Right, because you can survive. They find out, oh, the kids in the car, okay, he got a little frostbite, but think about that. Like, you telling me only in the summertime kids left in the car? Let's be real. That's only in the summertime. Think about that for a minute.
That is hilarious. Yo, if anybody can look that stat up, do that and hit it in the comments because that is hilarious.
Yeah, well, not hilarious.
I mean, wait.
Not hilarious, but I get what you're saying though.
Not hilarious.
No kid being left the car is good, but I get what you're saying though.
Awesome. Okay.
But so with that being said, I see how. But with that being said, I can see how people will forget the kid in the car because they always used to get in the car and just driving off. And the funny thing is that because that stuff be happening. Like, I'll take my kid to school and jump off and everything, and then before I get out the car to go to work, I always look at my back seat, like, okay, make sure there's no kid in the car, right? But I get out the car with them and take them to school. But the point is, like, I couldn't be that person to leave their child in the car because even when I get in the car every day, it's a routine. I look in the back seat, and the reason why I look in the back seat, not for a child, I do a snapshot of my car in the back seat so I know where stuff is at.
Dude.
So when I get in my car, something moved around. I'm like, hold up, something don't look right.
I'm so OCD. I have a word for it. It's called VSE.
VSE.
Visual surveillance of my environment.
Okay.
I don't know what the heck is wrong with me, but if I walk anywhere, I do a VSE because I have arachnophobia. Straight up, gonna put that on. The moment I walk into a room, I check all the ceilings in the corner of the ceiling, any room I go to, boom, just to make sure ain't nothing creepy crawling.
Okay,
because I have arachnophobia, but I put that in everything though. We're gonna get off of that, but this is just one aspect that you have responsibilities to do in the way you think, not about your actions, just how you think about the world.
And before we get off the let's also add into the work environment. Anytime I go into any work environment, doesn't matter where I'm sitting at, I'm always looking around for the exits. So if something pops off, I know where to get out. And also, if I can't get out, I have a plan in my head of the secure way that I can secure myself and also protect myself at the same time.
Always.
Doesn't matter. So people come to work, they sit down and la, and that's it. No, I have my own. Even though our jobs gave us these exit routes during fire alarms, I have my own route. If stuff really pop off and somebody's shooting or XYZ, I know how to get out. And I'm willing to do XYZ to get out. And I know, okay, this will hurt. Okay, it's only a 2-story drop. I will survive this. Bullet may not survive.
You know what? Let's keep going with that. Let's move on a little bit and keep going with that.
Okay.
Because I asked my ex-wife a while ago as an example, because we were having a conversation and we were talking about equality and all this, and I told her that there was no way that we could play fair because she didn't see the world the same way I did. The fire. I said, here's the difference. If, let's say the house catches on fire. Okay. And you and I are outside and the kids, and if you're outside and I'm outside and the kids are in the house, who do you expect to run into the house to try to save the kids?
Oh, what'd she say?
She said, you.
Oh.
She said, and then but after she said that, she thought about it for half a second and she tried to step back. And I'll run in with you too. No, her first idea was, it's your responsibility to run into a burning house to save the kids. And then she was like, oh, I guess I should say me too.
That would sound better, right? It'll sound good.
And I said, you see how that pause hit you? Because instinctively you knew it's not your job. It's not your responsibility. If my kids are in danger, it is your responsibility to protect your kids. But if their father or the man is there,
you expect them to do it.
It's actually his job. I said, okay, I'll give you another scenario. If you were in the house and it was burning and the roof was caving in and I saw the roof falling in, what would I do? Would I run in and try to push you out the way, or would it be me trying to brace the ceiling? She said, so that you could get away. I would try to brace the ceiling so that y'all could get away because I'm trying to protect y'all. But I said, you trying to think like a man. If you thought like a man, this is the mistake. Your dumb butt running over to the wall to brace the wall gonna get us all killed.
Right.
You can't do what you see me do. It's not your job. Don't think like me. If you can't carry the weight I carry, don't make decisions the way I would make them. It's not your place. You'll get us all killed trying to be, I'm just as strong as you. No, you're not. I go to the gym on a regular basis. I know in non-emergency situations, I know exactly how much I can move in a weight situation, from weight and all that.
Right.
If I had to pick up my ex-wife and my sons, I might be able to drag all of them at one time. If I could get a good grip, I might be able to pull all of us to safety. In no situation could she move anyone other than my youngest child. And I am going to die. She will die trying to save me. She's not physically capable. So quit thinking like me. Do stay in your lane. That's my question. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong, but we're different for a reason.
Stick to the facts.
And that comes with different levels of responsibility.
Okay.
Quit trying to take mine.
Or even, let's add this to that. So you're in the house, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, everybody's asleep. 3 o'clock, everybody's asleep. And you hear a glass break downstairs and, back door. You both wake up. Now, the kids, everybody's still asleep, but y'all two wake up. Who do you think's going to go and look for it?
I'm going to make it nice. You have a gun. There's a gun in the house. So you can pull the trigger easy as I can. Who's still going to go downstairs?
Me.
Exactly. And if she grabbed the gun to go downstairs, I would file for divorce. Not because, and it's not because she did it. It's because she just took my manhood from me, and I ain't no way I'm ever gonna get that back. You know what, boo? I am not the man for you.
Listen, it's good. I get what you're saying, but yes, it should be me first. I'm gonna grab the gun and we'll go. Now, secondly, it's something were to happen, and I'm fighting for my life, and the gun flips out of my hands. I'm hoping and praying that you can pick it up, point accurately, and shoot the person and not shoot me. You get what I'm saying? And not get the gun and like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with it, and freeze up, and then everybody dead. You get what I'm saying? But those are the things that us men think about.
Mm-hmm. And it's our job.
It is our job. So once again, those are just a few things that we even think about it. So when we think about this question here, do we want a woman to think like a man? No,
you could get us killed.
It's not gonna work. We want you to be who you are, and that's a woman. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how to tell you what a woman is, or I know what a woman is, but I can't tell you how to think and what you should do. Mm-hmm. But the thought process that you think you can think like a man and get in our shoes, no, boo boo, that's not your thing. You know, if we want to stick to the biblical stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Adam and Eve. He made Adam first, okay? He didn't make Eve first. He made Adam first. The reason. And if we stick with the Bible again, right? You took our kidney or liver?
Rib.
Rib. There we go. I knew something down there. You took our rib to be made. Mm-hmm. He didn't take your rib and made us. Mm-mm. Okay, so there's a reason why there's a head. There's a reason why there's a king. You know, when you think about, go back to I said, somebody told me this a long time ago, or I watched the video. The man wants to be the king. He wants to be the lion. And if you understand how the lion works in the wild, in the wild, there's no police, there's no cops. It's just everybody's man to man for themselves. So we know the king is the lion is the king of the jungle, right? Mm-hmm. Some of y'all don't know this. I didn't know this till recently. You know, Discovery Channel, whatever. I didn't know that the woman lion goes out, kills the whatever food, bring the food back home to the husband or the king, right? The man. He eats the food, whatever animal it is. What's ever left over, the wife and the kid eat. Mm-hmm. When I sit there, I was like, wow, that's deep. I never knew that. I'm like, that's kind of cool in a way. And, you know, if I'm like, what? Oh, I would never eat after no man. No. Okay, cool. Continues to the story. Also, the reason why the woman lion does that is because in a situation where her family is going to be attacked, either by other lions or other wild animals, the king, which is the lion, he has to take on that task.
It's his job.
That's his job. That's his responsibility. He has to protect his wife and his kids by any means necessary.
Up to and including death for himself.
Facts. So with that being said, do you want your king to be malnourished when he had to fight off a pack of wolves to protect you and yours? Or do you want him full strength? Mm-hmm. So that's the whole process. So when it comes to protecting his family, he got to take on the whole herd by himself so his family can survive. If the man is not fed or get enough energy or strength, he can't do that. So that doesn't mean that we're asking our women and the human beings to eat after us.
Human beings.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying because we talking about animals. I'm talking about people now. So as people, I'm not saying that women need to let them. Well, I'm not saying that you should eat our scraps. What I'm saying is that us men, we need that physical, we need that mental, we need all that strength to be poured into us. Because when it comes to being a protector, what do you want? So that's why. Hold on. I know you want to jump in. That's why we want women to think like women and men think like men. If men think like women, when somebody break in the house, I'm gonna be looking at you. You gonna check it out? You gonna check it out? Yeah. You got two women in the house scared to check it out because no one would be a man. So that's why we want to be. That's why men want to stick and think like men only, and want y'all to stay like women and think like women.
Yeah. But, and I mean, I just want to add on to that first, and bear in mind, because I understand. I'm glad you went there because I figure I need to bring in up to date policies. You know, I wouldn't. I would say I don't want women to think that you need to cater to us and all that. It's just that there's a certain priority level that you supposed to maintain in a relationship. And nowadays, currently, men on the whole part, we are not in the right priority level. In many other species, and in the vast majority of human society, the male was given a certain level of respect because it was his job to provide for the family. Now, I've seen this on Facebook. If you can't deal with my kids come first for any man, cool. You know what? I respect that. The problem being is that if you are in a family unit, your man comes before your kids, because if that family unit is working the way it's supposed to, the man is providing for you and the kids. You do take care of your man prior to taking care of your kids. Not, and I'm saying not no crazy stuff. I'm saying
Right.
You can't keep deprioritizing the man in your life, because honestly, if I can't ever have a new pair of shoes because the kids always need shoes, if I can't ever, I will stop providing. Now, if they're my kids, and this is the difference, I'll bite the bullet because I got to do what I got to do for my kid. But a lot of y'all are no longer with the father. I was trying the best way to say it because a lot of bad stuff out of my head. You're no longer with the father of your kids. So telling some new dude who might be helping you provide for your kids that he come after your kids, real good way to stay single. Not saying that I'm not supposed to be king of the household. Those are your kids. But if that's how you feel, you need to stay single till your kids move out. Quit playing these stupid games, because too many games being played like that. If I'm going to be the head of the household, your kids and you are still, let's say, members of my tribe. I'm still going to be the chief. If I'm on a boat, I'm the captain of the ship. If you're going to get on my boat, you do not get to act like you're going to drive my ship. You get your own damn boat. You want to make your own tribe, but quit trying to incorporate a man into the tribe and tell him the first thing every woman want to say is, I want a chief. I want somebody who will lead me. And then the moment you try to lead them, they fight you every day because they think that they are the chief. Once again, if you are going to be a woman. But you need to get your priorities straight, because you can't pick and choose when you get to be a man. I don't get to be a woman on Thursdays and Saturday mornings and a man the rest of the week. Well, some dudes probably do. But anyway, I'm not. For the average guy, I'm going to always look at the universe through the lens of a masculine frame that is a responsible masculine frame. That's the majority of men. Otherwise, this world would descend into chaos. Don't come hollering up in here because you found that one dude who was total crap when you chose that dude. So that's on you, you know. But, and I do understand this. The other part I wanted to bring about was the government. In the last since the 70s, the government became the man of the house. Y'all chose this. Women chose this. So when the government became the man of the house, you don't need a man. I can do everything I need. And if I can't, Big Daddy government, take care of me. Because that's what he's been doing for 50 years. Housing, food stamps, WIC, even school and childcare. They're trying to figure out a way to make childcare. You can drop your kids off as newborns to a government facility.
So how's that happen? How's the government being the main provider? Like, some people don't understand how. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, it's policies. It's, like I say, welfare, housing. Single women and children can get an apartment, and the government is subsidizing. You'll get food stamp. You'll get welfare, and if you lucky, you can get child support. Well, they'll just take the money from a man. You know, not saying that's wrong, but you made an adult decision to be the head of your household with no intention, because you were thinking like a man, with no intention of actually fulfilling your responsibilities in that role. I don't get to have food stamps and welfare and housing subsidies. I'm a grown ass man. I need to make sure I can provide that for myself. That's how I think. You don't get to think kind of like a man when it's convenient. You either is or you're not. But now here's the thing, and I just want to throw this out so we all know that the government being your daddy, the father of the house, you know that was a short-term situation. Donald Trump has already shown you that the government can pull back those particular benefits if it desires. So, and if you, dude, I want to go into it so bad as far as welfare in the last 50 years and no man in the house. You ladies have been raising single generations of men thinking that you could be the man, that you could think like a man. And now you have a whole bunch of people who are second and third generations with no father figures. And now you're wondering who is going to be the man of the house in another couple of generations, because women aren't raising these men to be the men that y'all want them to be. And y'all think, and now this is that you do a man want a woman to think like a woman. Think about this. You have been raising single parents, women have been raising these men, and the women think that they've been acting like a man, but you haven't had a male figure or influence in your life. So who are you thinking you acting like a man for? Or whose man idea are you thinking you're acting like? Because you haven't had a male figure in your grandmama's life, your mama's life, and in your life. It's 50 years. That's 3 generations that haven't had a father in the house in a lot of situations, but women still think they're acting like a man. How you acting like a man? Where you get the experience at to act like a man? Where'd you see it at? Who are you emulating? Who are you copying? But that's you trying to act like a man. Who are you emulating? And I'm telling you, most of y'all, I'm saying this flat out, are getting it wrong. I don't know. You might need to reevaluate the image you think you have of a man, because did the man who you trying to emulate have a father that raised him, or was he raised by a woman? Because now you're just trying to emulate a man who was raised by a woman who thought she was a man. Good luck trying to figure that out.
That's deep. It gets deeper when you break it down that way.
Just saying.
Like, damn.
You know, I mean, quit. Be a woman. Tell your mama, tell your grandmama, tell your daughter that find you a man, literally, and then sit back and shut up and be a woman. And if just because you don't get to live your best life, the vast majority of people do not live their best life. But raise your kids to be better people and more inclusive of the fact that men and women are different, and you might be able to change something. But the where we at now? Come on, man. Oh, you're a single parent who was a child of a single parent, who may have been the child of a single parent. You ain't had a real man in your life ever. You haven't. Every boyfriend your mama has is a passing fad. You ain't got no male teachers. You barely got any male experience at all. But now you want to say, I can do everything a man can do. Whose image are you looking at?
Talk to him. So, while we still on this topic, I think we should at least talk about this a little bit. So, the topic, do we want women to think like a man, right?
Oh, well, I thought we said no.
No,
we got that out in the first 2
we said
minutes.
no, but also, I want to talk about it real quick.
Go.
So, we had the book and we had the movie by Steve Harvey, Think Like a Man, right? Mm-hmm. My only problem is this. Okay. Steve Harvey, kudos for taking these people's money. Also, kudos for brainwashing these ladies out there for following your book. Kudos. I mean, kudos. I can't knock the hustle, man.
And let me get shots out to Derrick Jackson. Woohoo, boy, you wrecking it. All right, keep going.
Oh, yeah. You wrecking it. But with that being said, my only problem, my only problem with this is that, ladies, this man, Steve Harvey, wrote this book that y'all following with the Bible. This man's on his 3rd marriage now.
That's the most idiotic piece of drivel I ever read.
So, and it's funny because I know, like, this when this book came out, 2012?
Was it that long ago?
Well, actually, that was a movie.
Like 2006 or 7.
Yeah, that was the book. The book probably back then, the movie back then. But the point I'm trying to make is that I actually talked to women who had these 90-day rules and all this stuff.
How you not going to be a virgin and you got kids in a 90-day? Keep going. I'm sorry.
So, first off, I want to say kudos to Steve Harvey because, you know what? I played the game. 90 days. You know what? Let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. After 90 days, got what I wanted. Deuces.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know at 90 days, I can get whatever I want.
Yo, at one point, I had like 4 chicks at one time. Look, I was not at one time, but I played the 90-day rule with 4 different chicks. It just happened that all of them cashed in at the same time.
Oh, man,
so,
you had a good time.
Yeah, it was pretty damn. It was a good little summer.
Yeah, and then guess what?
And then I changed jobs because I was like, I can't keep doing it. It got a little messy.
But the point is, you weren't with them no more, right?
No, sir.
Did you marry any of them?
Not at all.
Okay, so it doesn't work. But the point I had, like, woman, y'all found this guy who left his wife for another woman. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that makes no sense. 2 times. It makes no sense. So you follow. So that's why you cannot follow everything. I guess it's a pretty cool idea, but the trend was not a good idea for you. So my thing is this, people. Why don't you follow people and that's been in a long-term relationship without the foolery? So
because it's boring.
It's boring, but they're long-term marriage. I mean, think about it. Denzel Washington been with his wife forever.
Anybody trying to hear that?
Samuel Jackson been with his wife forever.
Anybody trying to hear that? Barack Obama. Him and Michelle been together, what, 20 plus years?
Yeah. There's someone else was Angela Bassett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do it here, dude.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that.
Okay.
Those marriages have been together for a long time. Now, did they had some bumps and bruises? Of course.
Absolutely.
There's no such thing as a perfect marriage.
Mm-mm.
No such thing as a perfect relationship.
Mm-mm.
But the thing is that if you want to follow a trend of somebody who has been with somebody for a long time, those are marriages you want to kind of marry.
Mm-hmm.
Don't marry the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. I love them, but no. At the end of the day, because they have an open relationship, not going to work. And plus...
Wait, and not to mention, I just want to throw their dirt on this world.
Right.
Have you seen their kids? Listen, maybe experimenting on how to have a long-term relationship, stick to tradition. Because Willow and Jaden is not right in the head. Keep going. What
else? I'm just saying, because people want to base their marriage off that. No, don't follow that. Don't follow. They're very successful in what they go through, but what works for them works for them. Doesn't work for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to say like I'm trying to preach you in how to be in the right marriage. I'm just, once again, I'm trying to think like a man. When you think like a man, these are things I look at. So if I'm having a marital problem, I'm not going to talk to my single friend. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk to someone who's in the marriage or either was married and for a long period of time and get their thought process about it because they can give you some real gems about exactly what they've been through.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell someone who don't got a man, they can't give you nothing beneficial because they don't know how to be in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying?
Nope.
So, and I know women who talk to other women who are single, and it just doesn't work. You cannot talk to other people about your relationship if they're not in a relationship as well. It's just not going to work. See, men don't do that. Well, most men. I ain't going to say most men. I don't talk to single fellas and say, hey, man, what should I do, bro? Oh, man, I wouldn't do that. No, because he ain't got nothing to lose.
At all.
He don't know the struggle. He don't know the years I've been in. We're fully invested. You understand what I'm saying? So those is another thing I want to bring up is just when men think differently than women.
Mm-hmm.
We do. So once again, if women did think like men, then we probably wouldn't have so many divorce rates going out here. Maybe. You know?
I mean, because... Dude, that's a whole can of worms.
That's kind of maybe a good benefit there, but it's not everything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Think about it.
See, no. Once again, it's that short-term thinking here, and I've heard this said, right, that men have it easier than women, right?
About what?
A lot of stuff. We don't have cycles. We don't have to worry about people trying to sexually molest us and touch us. Women think they have it easier than men, And I mean, no, they have it harder than men.
Okay.
So when they try to emulate us, they like to pick and choose, in my opinion, of course. They like to pick and choose the part of being a man that seems fun, easy to them.
Okay. Oh, okay. I want you now. I want you.
They don't want, but once again, even when we were describing earlier about what you do when you walk out the house, they don't want the full responsibility of being a man. It's hard. So when you only pick and choose what you like, you don't get the full picture. Me and you got kids. If our kids just ate what they liked all the time versus what you know as a parent is healthy for them to eat, what would they look like? What would happen?
They'd be obese.
And they'd be diabetic, and they'd be sick, and they'd be lethargic. If you let somebody only do what they want to do choose what they want and like from any catalog, they're not going to be well rounded. They're going to be flaws in whatever they're doing, right?
Right.
And so that's the whole point. If you're gonna think like a man, jump all the way in. I give it to the lesbians. You know what I'm saying? I give it to the studs. If you're gonna think like a man, you know you got to take care of this person. You got to be responsible. Jump all in. I think studs look crazy most of the time, but at least they committed to the choices they made, right?
Right.
But if you are not willing to go stud, quit picking and choosing the parts of this you want. You either want it all or you don't want none, and you need to stay in your lane. That's my opinion.
All right, people. I mean, we won't have much for to say at this point now. So we answered the question. The answer is no. Do not think like a man.
No.
There's no benefit.
Yeah. In so many areas, women are better than men. But the parts that y'all choose to emulate from us make y'all look horrible. They make them look like monsters.
So thank you once again for listening. Like, share, comment, whatever, and tell us how you feel. Yeah, definitely tell us how you feel. I definitely want to hear these comments. Go ahead and slide in the DM. Go ahead and leave a comment. I like to know. I like to hear your thought process. But we out.
Basically. Peace.